Sorry, just check. I'll wait for a few more to come on. So I hope you're all well. You're going to need your mat, and if you have a kettlebell or a weight, grab that as well. Now I will show alternatives. If you don't have equipment, that's absolutely fine. You can work with your body weight, and I'll show you alternatives as we go. So we're going to do a nice short sweaty session today. Combination of everything. So grab water, open windows, and we'll get ready to go in about 20 seconds. So as always, if you're new, excuse me, if you're new to this and you're just starting, take your time, watch what I'm doing. I'll show alternatives and variations for everything as we go through. Decide which exercise you're going to do and do that for the full set. If you find something that is, for whatever reason, difficult, just step it out or jog it out for that set, and then you can message myself or Emmett later on to maybe figure out what we can do for certain exercises if they do not suit. We're going to go from press-ups to total body extensions down into a T-plank, bit of squatting and split squats, mountain climbers, reverse crunches, and a whole lovely combination of 12 exercises over the space of 2 rounds, which we'll do twice. As always, if you are injured or not feeling very well, or if you're expecting, please do not participate in this workout at home. And when you're ready, we'll bring it onto our toes and we'll get warmed up. So nice and light on the feet. Make sure the knees are soft. You'll hear me say that a lot. The knees always should be soft, never locked, never like this, because you'll hurt your back and you'll twist knees. So keep them always nice and safe. Bring it into a jumping jack. Forward and back. Back to jacks. Now even with this, if that's difficult, step it out left and right. Just get moving, get the heart rate up, and get ready to train. Back to your jog. To jacks once more. Nice deep breaths. Jog it out. And relax. So bring the arms down in big circles. Got an audience here. And change direction. Deep breath. So your heart rate should be up after that. Plant the feet, widen the legs a little bit, and you're going to rotate that pelvis using the knees as well, keeping the feet flat on the floor. So really get everything moving here. Change direction. You should already be feeling good. Maybe you're swearing at me telling me that you don't, but you will in 20 minutes time. Now bring it down into a squat position. So try and push the bum towards the floor and the knees up. And now you're going to push your bum up towards the air, or the ceiling, sorry. Stretch out the backs of those legs. Really enjoy that stretch. Let's go again. So you might find that you get a little bit lower this time. Careful with this move. Push up through. And let's go down one more time. Now when you're in position this time, if you're able, use your elbows to rotate the knees slightly. Bring it down now into a plank position. Be careful of your mat if you're on the wooden floor. And you're going to bring your ankle up to your hand and hold. So let's do 3 each side. Always being careful in the transition from side to side. So always think about where you're putting your weight. Your weight's onto your foot, and now it's on this arm and on this foot. Then it's back to the foot, and you're switching. One more. Bring it down onto your side.
And you're going to put the top leg above here, arm out in front, and it's top and back. So chest goes to the ceiling, 6 each side. Last one. I'm going to rotate over. You can just flip over on your side. Again, open up that chest. Really work those shoulders, and your core is also engaged here. Try and keep the knee on the floor if you can, but automatically it will probably lift, which is fine. Onto your back. So you can do 12 like this. Glute bridge up and down, or you can do 6 on each side. So really squeeze the glute at the top and push that pelvis towards the ceiling, not your tummy. Your tummy will go as well, but your pelvis is what you're really working on here. If you're pushing your tummy, you're going to hurt your lower back. And when you've done with that, bring it up and we will get started. Grab a drink. It's very warm this morning. So, round 1, again, most of these now you've done. I'll explain them as we go. And as always, I will show variations. So we're going to start on the floor. You can go down onto your mat on your front, and we're going to start this morning with press-ups, bringing it up then onto the floor for total body extension. So when you're ready, and you're on your mat, you're ready to go. Oopsie. So think about your positioning for your press-up. Your hands go below your shoulders, and you're going to work on pushing the elbows back towards the wall behind you. And your chest goes, imagine there's a line between your 2 thumbs right now, and your chest goes to that line and your nose goes forward. So you're going to keep a straight line from the knees to the shoulders. Watch me for the first one. Here, 2, tuck the pelvis, push down towards the floor, push up through the palm of the hands. So if you're doing this correctly, you'll feel this on the palms of the hands and on the triceps at the back of the arm. Keep that core tight. Try and make everything go up and down in one movement. Keep going with that. If you're a beginner, go to your kitchen counter. Step back, straighten the line. Bring your chest to the counter and push up through. So try and put your elbows back behind you and push up through. So eventually, when you've got that and you're able to do it off the counter, you'll do it from the floor with greater ease and time. Bring it up onto your feet. We're going into our total body extension. I'll explain this one as I go. Start with the hands in the air, and you're just going to jump, swinging the arms back and forward. So 1, 2, 3, starting here, swing back, jump up. Total body extension. Now again, if there's issues with pelvic floor and maybe jumping is difficult, go up on the tip toes and back. Up on the tip toes, soften the knees. Up on the tip toes. And eventually you'll find that it's natural and actually easier on the quads if you do this than the little jump. You're nearly there. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, time. Well done. Let's bring it back down onto the floor for our T-plank. Okay, so your T-plank, when you're on your floor, you're going to start off on your knees. I'll explain it as I go, and you're going to make a T shape with your body. So, we're here, like this, toes into the floor, and you're going to go up and down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, from the knees, you can simply go like this, and down, and then switch sides. So transfer the weight onto the other knee. You're extending this leg and reaching up. If you're on your hands and feet, you're doing it like this. So it's a controlled movement. And again, we're going to transfer the weight over when we get to this position. Transfer the weight without moving. Try not to rock. You're nearly there. Last 10 seconds. Now, although the beginner's move is on the knees, most people find this actually easier on the toes. 3, 2, time. Bringing it up now, and we're going into our split squat. Okay, so split squat, we start here, and we're going to jump it. Nice and slow. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we start, step back, let the knees stay soft, switch it over. Now, you can speed it up, or if you have difficulties with the jumping, step back, here and here. Now remember that when I'm changing exercises here to demonstrate, you're still doing one variation of what I'm doing. Please don't jump in and out of the same exercises that I'm demonstrating, because it will do nothing except exhaust you. 3, 2, time. Well done. Down onto the floor now, and we're going to go into a mountain climber. This will hard to. Now, do you know what? We'll do a reverse crunch first. Just onto your back. Makes more sense. So, with the reverse crunch, again, I'm going to show you 3 variations here. So do one and stick to that one. So your basic, you're going to lie on your back. Hands are by your side, not under your bum, by your side. You're going to bring the knees in slightly, lifting the bum ever so slightly off the floor and extending the heels to the ceiling. 1, 2, 1, 2. Want to progress that? It comes in a bit more and then you go low without the back arching if you can. So let your back decide where you're going, and then if you really want to go to town on this one, up and low. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Choose which one you're doing. Beginners, come here. 1, 2. Squeeze the core, extend the legs. And the heels always go out first. That's easy. Come a little bit deeper, and then go a little bit lower. Up and low. Do not sit on your hands. And if your back arches here at this point, your legs are too low, so bring them up a wee bit higher. Last 10 seconds. So your back will always tell you where your legs are safe to go. And extend them if you want, and progress on to this one. And time. Well done. And we're going to flip it over into our mountain climber. And we start off in a plank position. And we simply bring the knees into the chest without moving anything other than our hips and legs. 3, 2, 1. Plank position. Knee in, extend. Knee in, extend. In, extend. Simple as that. And you can go for days like this. No need for speed. No need for wobbling. Keep going. Again, if you're a beginner and it's too much on the floor, do it from here. Bring the knee up to the chest and down. Straight lines. Look at how I have a straight line from my shoulder to my feet. So when you've got that movement, it'll come easy there. And when you're able, you simply go to the floor, last 3 seconds. In, 2, 3, 4. And time. Grab a wee drink. We're going to do that again. Now. Okay, so again we're going to do that exact set again. Please, when I'm saying to pick one, what I mean is pick one of the exercises, one of the variations, and do that for the 35-40 seconds, whichever set we're doing. Because I'm showing 3 or 4 different ones, and I know that's confusing when you're watching and you think you should be following, but I'm trying to cater for everybody here. So choose which one you're going to do and do the reps of that one. All right, let's go again. So we're going to start off down on the floor with our press up, bringing it back up to our total body extension. So onto your knees, onto your front. Press ups, especially for ladies, off the knees. There is no award to be won for doing them off the toes, and unless you are incredibly strong, it's very, very difficult. Okay, so we're always going to press up off the knees to get the full effect of the press up and to not hurt ourselves. 3, 2, 1. Remember, you can do this off your counter. So we're going hands below the shoulders, Elbows are going back, chest goes down. And look at how everything goes down and up in one go. My core is tight here. I'm really tightening up the core. I'm squeezing everything. And I'm pushing through my shoulders, my core, my arms, and I'm doing all the work on the front of my body. My back should really be doing nothing except existing at this point. It's not, if your back's pulling you up like this, you're going to hurt it. So tuck that pelvis in, legs on the floor, push up through in one movement, last one, and well done. Bring it up to your total body extension. We're going to go a wee bit faster through this one. 3, 2, arms in the air, let's go. So we start with up and down. Again, find your own rhythm. If you have music playing, go to town on it, have fun with it. Find the rhythm of the music you're listening to and go for it. Halfway. Last 3 seconds, guys, you can do it, come on. Soft knees. And time, well done. Bring it back onto the floor. We're going to go into our T-plank. So remember, decide whether you're going to do it off your knees, in which case you tuck the pelvis and you roll, or off your toes. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So from the knees, I roll, I straighten the top leg, I reach for the sitting. When you're reaching up, don't go behind. So you go to the sitting, not here, up. If you go too far back, watch me. If you go to here, if you go to there, you're going to hurt your back. So point to the sitting, wave up at it, keep the core tight, keep the balance on the middle of the plank at the bottom, and try to make sure that you're transferring the weight safely before you move to the next side. 3, 1 more, and time. Well done. Bring it up into your split squat. Again, I'm going to show you 3 variations here. Those of you who are training a while, you're doing this. Okay? So start with that. If you're a beginner, wait and I'll show you a variation. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So your split squat, you're basically splitting your squat and your lunge. Okay? Do it at whatever pace you can. If that's difficult, remember what I showed you already. A leg back, arms up. Be careful with the lower back. So your leg is doing the work here and you squeeze the bum here. Squeeze. Do it if you want, just like this, without lifting the arms. But when you get into the movement, extend. Breathe out. Last 3 seconds. And time. So whichever one you were doing, I hope that you did it for the full set. Down onto the floor for our reverse crunch. Again, there are 3 movements. Decide before you start. Which one am I doing? Base, medium, or advanced? 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm going to go base, up, in, gaze to the ceiling. People tend to point the toes here. What you do when you point your toes is that you let different muscles do the work. So I'd rather you point your heels. You might find a stretch in the calf as you do that. That's okay. Move the heels. Again, if you want to progress it on, lower the legs. Knees up, legs lower. Do not sit on your hands here. You often see people holding themselves up here with the hands. No, hands are by your side for balance only. Extending on to here and to here. 3, 2, roll it up. So, back up onto our fronts. And we're going to do our mountain climber to finish this set. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hands are below the shoulders, toes, straight line, knees in. Let's go. Now again, for the advanced people here who have been training for a while, do your cross body. Elbow cross to the elbow, and then you can speed it up without bopping. No bopping. Or you can simply bring it in and out, transferring the weight. Core is tight. Imagine someone's going to poke you in the tummy here. Everything is tight. You can do it. Come on, we're nearly there. We'll finish off this round in 3, 2, and time. Well done. Grab a drink. We're going to change it up. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God. What is it now here? Okay, so if you have a weight or a kettlebell for this set, we're going to bring those in towards the end. When I start to show you the kettlebell swing here, if you don't have a kettlebell, go down onto your mat and do the glute bridge that we did at the end of the warm-up, okay? So with the kettlebell, it's difficult for me to jump in and out, but you know the movement that we did at the very start where we lay on our back and we pushed our pelvis towards the ceiling 12 times. That's what you do if you don't have a weight, okay? And then the other one then is a shoulder press, which you can do with anything. So if you even have a bag that's heavy or 2 jam jars or whatever, you can use anything at all for that, okay? Or you can do the movement without and you're still working the muscles. So we're going to start with prisoner squat. Prisoner squat is a basic squat, same thing as what we were doing. So you're going to widen the legs, plant everything, tuck the pelvis, and you're going to sit back and down and up. But this time you've got your hands on your head. So it keeps your chest tall and it just adds extra resistance. If you want to do it with just the hands out in front, that's fine. So let's get started. Sorry to fix this timer, hold on. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we start, we put our hands on our head. We go low, we push up through the legs. So what this is doing as well, it's teaching us to keep the chest tall. I've already said to you before that people tend to go down here. So if you have a camera on your chest, it's now filming the floor. You want your camera on your chest filming me or whatever's in front of you. If you want to use the hands here, that's absolutely fine. And if you want to push them up towards the ceiling where it meets the wall, it's a good guide for where your chest stays. 5 more seconds, let's go. And time, well done. Okay, we're going down onto the floor. Oh, I hate this exercise, but it's so good. We're going to do a squat thrust. So, squat thrust, hands are on the floor, same position as the mountain climber, except this time we're going to bend the knees. We're going to bring the knees in, together, and out. Okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So here, knees come in, feet come in slightly, and out. In, out, in, out. Now keep going with that. If that is difficult, people find that sore in the shoulders, do it from here. 1, 2. If that's really easy, go to a lower seat or a table or a sofa. Here. 1, 2, 1, 2. And eventually, you realise, actually, I can do that. And you just go a little bit more onto the floor. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, time. Well done. Bring it back up on to your feet. Now, we're going to do kettlebell swing. So if you've got a kettlebell, set it on the floor, feet on either side, okay? Reaching down safely, lifting it up. You're going to dip the bum back and let the kettlebell go between your legs. Lift it a little bit higher at the front until you get to here. Squeeze the bum and back. Again, if you have no kettlebell, lie on your back, do your glute bridge. 3, 2, 1. You're going to swing it up carefully, and when you get to nose height, here, squeeze the bum, squeeze the glutes. Core is tight. Don't go higher than your nose. Push that bum back and bend the knees as your kettlebell goes between your legs. You hit yourself on the butt with it, go for it. Keep going with that. So again, don't stop. If you're doing on the floor now, just to check your technique, you're here, your feet are at your bum, you're pushing the pelvis towards the ceiling, you're bringing it back down. Pelvis up, squeeze everything. 3, 2, and time. Well done. From here, I want you to flip over and we're going to do another press up. Am I right? Hold on, double check. Here. No, let's do a sit up instead actually, sorry. So turn onto your back. because we did press-ups already in the first round. So, on our back, main trick for sit-ups, always remember, feet are here. Start here. Hands by your temples, head and shoulders lift. That's your start point, that's your end point. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're coming up, down, up, down. If you are a beginner and you're not sure, hands on your thighs, lock everything in this position. And then move your hands by squeezing your tummy. Not your hands, you're not moving your hands. You squeeze and contract this, and it brings your shoulders in. So your hands go up your legs naturally. That's how you find your crunch. When you've got your crunch, you can lock everything here. But if you look, nothing here is moving except my core. My head and neck are not moving. I have a golf ball here between my chin and my chest. Everything is locked. My core is the only thing that is moving. And it's difficult, but be sure not to go to your back. And 10. Well done. We're going to bring it up onto the floor again. Grab your weight or your kettlebell if you have one. And we're going to do a shoulder press. So, I have the weight here. I'm holding the kettlebell by the two hearts here really. I've planted my feet. My knees are soft. I'm going to tuck that pelvis as always. I'm going to hold my shoulders tall. I'm going to push the weight up above my head so that my triceps are hitting my ears. And then I'm going to bring it back down with my elbows in front at all times. Okay? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So if you have two weights in your hand, again, plant everything, check that back. Use the two weights just going up to the ceiling and back down. If you find that your back is arching here, so maybe you find yourself now doing this, step, split your stance. Elbows are forward, breathing out, pushing up, keep the core tight. You do not want to hurt the lower back. So if we're doing it with both here, make sure that pelvis is tucked in. Tucking in the pelvis always helps with your back safety. 3, 2, and tight. And we're going to finish off this round on the floor with some bicycle crunches. Your bicycle crunch, everybody kind of knows the movement, but it's one of the most commonly done wrong in the gym situations. So we start here. We're going to bring our armpit to our opposite knee and our elbow to the ceiling. Watch me here. Bring the knee in slightly, armpit towards the knee, elbow towards the ceiling. Center yourself, balance, and switch sides. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you often see people rocking this one, and it turns into this kind of upturned turtle thing. No, you're going in and back, center, in, position, in, stabilize yourself here in the middle, and you're working the core. Everything is coming from here. Heel goes towards the wall in front of you. If you can extend, go for it. And if you can flow it without rocking, absolutely go ahead. But make sure that you're not pulling your neck, and make sure that your back stays flat on that floor and that you're not rocking excessively. 3, 2, 10. Grab a drink. We're going to do that over again, and that will be us done and dusted. So as always, just before we kind of go into the last round, I'm a sweaty mess today. Questions, any questions, ask them. And any of the guys that have been in the group for a while will back me up here, that if you don't ask the question, we don't know how to answer. We can't help. So you have to ask the question, drop it into the comments below this workout, or put it up onto the page as a post, and myself or Emma will come back to you as soon as possible. Often it's a case just of directing you to an image or a video that we've already put together to show different things. So don't be afraid to ask anything, especially if you're back new to exercise. You will have pains, you will be sore. Things are completely natural, and we can always modify to keep you safe. So please, please, please communicate with us so that we can help you. Right, we're going to do that again. Back to your prisoner squat. Plant the feet, soften the knees, hands above the head, tuck the pelvis. Let's get ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. We're going down low, and now the first one doesn't have to be overly low. Get yourself into it. pushing up towards where the ceiling meets your wall. And that's a good guide. Keep that chest tall. Don't dip the chest. And even if you're only going back to here, that's fine. Use a seat. Last 5. Go down, touch your bum, push yourself back up. And then you don't feel as afraid going back. And 10. Well done. Down onto the floor for a squat thrust. So again, remember, this is the one where both knees come in. We start in a plank position. 3, 2, 1. And we do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Core is tight. Knees are soft. Shoulders are strong. Now if you keep going, if you have problems with shoulders or whatever, and you find that really, really difficult to balance, go and just do your plank here. Look, plank, tuck, hold. So when you're doing your plank, you're controlling everything and you're preparing the body strength-wise for the other movements such as the squat thrust. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, and 10. Well done. Whew, that's very hard. Well done. We're going to stay on the floor, and we're going to the setup from here. That was me just getting up and down again. So again, position yourself, head and shoulders off the floor. Which crunch are you going to do? You have your hands on your thighs or your hands by your sides. 3, 2, 1. Beginners, hands are here, head and shoulders up. Hands on the thighs, crunch and move. Let's go. If you want to advance this a little bit, hands by your temples, but keep those shoulders and head up and pull it to here. And you're only moving your core. If you want to advance that further, get those legs in the air. Now here you'll find it's much more wobbly, so you have to work harder to control the movement. And for those of you who really want to go to turn today, off you go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 10. Bring it up. Grab your weight. We're going to do our kettlebell. Remember, with the kettlebell, we build up and then we slow down. 3, 2, 1. I'll do it this way now. Feet, lift, knees, soft. Back is strong, core is tight, nose tight. Back, up. Squeeze the bum at the top. Breathe out at the top. Hold that core. Protect the back. Your back should be straight. So when you push the bum back, you're not arching your back. You're coming down with it. Your shoulders are allowing the weight to fall between your legs. Last 3, 2. Now watch me. I swing and I let it come a little bit lower until it stops, and then I set it down. Now we're going to go into the next exercise. So just hold on to it. 3, 2. Plant those feet. Let's go. Feet, knees, pelvis, back, up and down, up and down. Let's keep going with that. When I say pelvis, watch me here. Plant your feet, soften your knees, tuck the pelvis forward, and that straightens the back and saves it from the lower back doing too much work. Again, if you find that your core is not strong enough here, split your stance and let the back leg take the kind of the weight and support your back here. Last 3, guys, you're nearly there. 3, 2, let's do one more for luck, and 10. Carefully set that weight down. And we're going to finish off on the floor with our bicycle crunch. Be very careful with weights, no matter how light or small they are. Most injuries that happen in training are from lifting or setting down the weight. They're very rarely from the actual exercise. 3, 2, on your back, let's go. So we're starting here. We're going to bring the armpit to the knee. It's an awful word, isn't it? Armpit. Up we go. Elbow towards the ceiling, heel towards the roof or towards the wall, depending on your core strength. Don't rock it. Centralize, stabilize, and then move. And make sure that your body and your core are working here together, that you're not just jumping from one side to the other. Last 5 seconds, you're nearly done. 3, 2, and then rock yourself back up to here. So we're going to stay on the mat for the cool down. Well done. And I want you now to just lie back, let your whole body fall into the floor and feel the weight of every part of your body that's touching the floor, and let it relax for a few seconds. Nice deep breaths. Get the heart rate down. So when you feel that your heart rate is coming down a little bit, and you might also find here that your lower back goes, oh, that's okay. I'm going to stretch it now. So carefully bring your 2 feet to here. Reach forward now as if you're wanting to start to sit up. Hold your knees. Pull the knees tight towards your chest. You can put your head back on the floor here and stretch out the lower back, and you're stretching it the whole way up the side of your leg here as well. So pull it in as tight as you can. Now, very gently rock from side to side and allow the floor to roll out that lower back for you. That's a lovely, lovely stretch. It's a lovely stretch at any time. Now hold on to your left knee, centralize, hold the left knee, and I want you to push the right leg either up towards the ceiling here, or if you can, towards the wall in front of you. So again, if your back arches here, your leg's too low, so go back to here. Your back will tell you where it's safe to move to. Hold it there. Come back to center, hold on to that leg, and again, you're either going 1, or you're going 2, or you're going 3. Heel first, always heel first. No pointy toes. Bring it back to center, put your 2 feet down. Bring your right ankle up onto your left knee. Head up, look through your legs, put your hands through, hold on to the back of that leg, and then pull everything in towards your chest. So you're going to find this the whole way down, your back of your glutes, your hamstrings into your bum, and then you can push that heel towards the ceiling for an extra, nice extra stretch. And again, always carefully setting it back to center, heel onto the foot, or the knee, sorry, bring it through and up, point the toe if you wish here, and then stretch the heel. Bring it back to here. And we're going to turn over onto our side or onto your front, whichever you can do. Okay, so I'll just do it on the side to show you first. Front, top leg and top, hand out in front, grab the knee, and I want you to put the knees back together and try and pull the heel into your bum. Now here as well, you want to push the pelvis forward if you can. So you're stretching the quad. But your shoulders should be getting a nice stretch here too. Now, roll over now and do it on the other side, or if you're able to do it on your front, do it on your front. And again, once you've got your knees together and your bum and heel together, push the pelvis if you can into the floor, and it will deepen that stretch right into your quad. Nice deep breaths. Put your hands now below your shoulders, and just very carefully glance towards the ceiling. Don't push yourself the whole way back, and don't hurt the lower back here. Just look up at the ceiling. Even if you can't see the ceiling, just look up towards the top of the wall. Onto your knees. Push the bum back onto the heels, and allow the hands and shoulders here to stretch fully. Bring it back up to here. Put your toes into the floor. Try and push your bum up into the air. And if you can, push your heels back to the floor. And you're going to use your hands now to walk up out of that. When you're up, let's do some shoulder rolls. So you're going to bring your shoulders up to your ears. You might find that they're already there, and then roll them back and down. Oh my goodness. And you'll feel that the tension that you've just gathered up with all those arm exercises is released. Do 4 of those. Nice and slow. Cannot beat a shoulder roll. Now, use your chair if you have to for balance here. Tap your foot out, grab that leg again, and we're going to stretch here. So it's similar to what we did on the floor, but we're balancing as well. Carefully switch sides, and hold here. From here, I want you to step the foot behind, and then the other arm stretches up. Just get a nice stretch, nice reach, on the side of those obliques there now, and bring it back to center. Stabilize, whoops. This leg goes to behind, reach it up. Lovely, graceful move. Turn to your side, and I want you to take a big step back, lower down, tuck the pelvis, you'll feel that in the quads straight away, and hold. Carefully coming out of that stretch, switching sides, step back, lower down, tilt that pelvis, and hold. And bring it back to here. We're going to push the hands out in front. Arms to the side. Push that chest forward. Stretch those shoulders back. Again, tuck that pelvis to keep your back safe here. Hands go to the ceiling. Keep that pelvis tucked and the core tight. And then put your hands behind your back. Roll back, and if you can, extend the arms. That's it. Carefully bring it back. Thank you very, very much. I hope you enjoyed that.